way too far.
Listen, I'll decide that. You answer the question, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. If you don't understand my question, just ask me and I'll repeat it.
I think you've had way too many questions that have gone way too far.
Listen to me. You keep this up, I'm going to hold you in contempt. This is a criminal proceeding, and you will cooperate, or as I say, you'll be held in contempt.
I understand.
I appreciate that.
Hey guys, welcome back to After the Bars. I am Sam. We're just gonna get right back into it. We all know this is part 3. If this is the first show you're seeing, just go back 2 more shows. We got part 1 and part 2 of me just covering some Alan Jackson in action with the Kevin Fowler, aka Kevin Spacey trial from 2019. But the reason why we're doing this, we're showing the contrast of what it looks like when there's state troopers that cooperate, that have nothing to hide, that aren't colluding with whoever to be corrupt. And we're just gonna jump right into it today. I'm not gonna have a big long intro. We're gonna do in this episode. We're gonna do the end of the accuser's testimony. I haven't watched that in full, but I really want to get to the dad's testimony, and then we're going to do the accusers after that. So that might end up being a part 3 and 4. I don't know. It's started off as 1, then 1 to 2, now 2 to 3, or 1, 2, 3. Now it's going to be 3 to 4. I don't know what the F I'm talking about right now, but let's get to it. And
Real Fabio.
yeah, oh yeah, he's an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, I almost had the name. So he's like, yeah, that dude, he didn't testify against somebody on a murder trial.
Is that yes?
Yes.
Mr. Little, you're aware that under Massachusetts law, deleting, altering any document used in furtherance of a prosecution, any document or object used in furtherance of a prosecution is a felony offense punishable by state prison.
Correct.
You're aware that General Law, Chapters 268, Section 13E provides, quote, whoever alters, destroys, mutilates, or conceals a record, document, or other object.
So real quick, and I know a lot of you guys have been complaining about me interrupting. Hey, I'm a commentary channel. I'm doing commentary on a court case. There will be a link in the description where you can watch this from beginning to end without commentary. But having said that, I will try to make sure that my commentary is poignant, succinct, and articulate, so it gets right to the point. It's not annoying, and I'll try not to interrupt as much. All right, here we go. Oh, what I was going to say, I was going to say they're talking about the possibly deleted evidence on his phone that he's full of shit. So we're going to start it right there, and then we're going to get to his dad. His dad's going to be on fire.
Or attempts to do so with the intent to impair the record, document, or object's integrity or availability for use at an official proceeding, whether or not the proceeding is pending at the time, shall be punished by imprisonment in the state prison. You're aware of that law?
I was not previously aware of that law.
But you are now, correct?
Correct.
In other words, deleting text messages from your phone before you give them to the police is a felony, right?
I object to that.
Well, all he's asking is whether or not deleting it would make him subject to the law. I think it's a
Well,
logical conclusion.
he's asking if any deletions from his phone would result in him being able to be charged with something, and that's not the state of the law. That's not the case.
Well, I think it's exactly the case.
No, come up for a minute, would you? Both of you. Sir, I'll tell you what. You may step down for the moment. You're probably going to be called back up, but for the moment, sir, you can step down. Ms. Margerson.
Here we go.
And Ms. Donovan, would you come up, please?
We're going to hear some argument,
So we'll take it with respect.
and then his
I
pop.
agree with you. It may cause a problem down the road. Lenny, you may want to consider whether or not you want to take this individual's assertion of a Fifth Amendment privilege for the case in chief, which I know will pretty much end the case, or at least that's my impression. But you tell me, sir, what's your desire?
Well, we'll certainly have to consider that. I'm not prepared today to say what we're going to do.
All right.
Well, Your Honor, on that note, I think that I want to make sure that we are not waiving any privilege. Sorry, we're not waiving anything concerning his invocation of the privilege. He's got competent counsel. He's had a full and fair opportunity to be advised by competent counsel. counsel who has indicated that she's counseled him to plead the fifth. He's indicated that he's going to exercise that privilege, which is absolutely his constitutional right. Obviously, one of the most.
It's a wrap. This is basically when the case ends up being a wrap. I don't even know why the prosecutor even tried to move forward with this, but it's going to be fun watching.
Protected constitutional rights. There's no reason to believe that between now and when we set a trial date and spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of man hours potentially, and enormous blood, sweat, and tears getting ready for trial, that's going to change. I think the court could make an inquiry right now of Mr. Little. Do you intend to exercise your Fifth Amendment privilege throughout all proceedings? And if so, we would move to dismiss these charges today. This entire case is completely compromised. He is the sole witness, and he knows this. I'm not saying anything that he doesn't already know. He's the sole witness that can establish the circumstances of his allegation on the night in question. This case needs to be dismissed, and I believe it needs to be dismissed today.
I appreciate it.
I would just I'd ask for a week for me to be able to kind of assess our position and see where we are. We could, not trying to claim, I know it's going to happen, but we could probably take care of this over the phone next week, depending on what the decision of my office is. We have to look to see if there's any other.
Jackson, I get it, and you may be on the money. Once exercised, it may be pretty hard to get around this privilege at trial. I'm going to allow Mr. Glennie to have further discussions with his office, and the matter may well be dismissed for the reasons indicated. It's not going to happen today. So, all right.
Could we set another date?
We can do that, but let's hear from Ms. Unruh, I guess, whether or not she has it. That may be certainly not as important since the case revolves around this individual, and without him, Commonwealth will have a tough road to hoe.
No, maybe not as important, but definitely as exciting. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Where's Ms. Donovan?
Ms. Donovan, I believe, is talking to Ms. Unruh. Ms. Donovan just came up to me and said that Ms. Unruh wanted to speak with me. I said I didn't want to do that without Mr. Gary Beating being present, and then we were kind of busy here, so I have not been able to address that. But she was going to talk to her and come back. She still wished to speak with me. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
Let's figure out. Go ahead.
The only other thing that I wanted to make sure that we put on the record, just sort of prophylactically so it doesn't happen again, Mr. Glennie was very kind and pulled me aside a few minutes ago and indicated that Ms. Unruh, notwithstanding my motion to exclude witnesses, which my fault, I'll hoist myself on my own petard at this point because I didn't know the right verbiage, I should have made a motion for sequestration.
Right.
I did not know that. I've now learned it.
Right. So she's been with others concerning testimony?
I think it's further than that. I think she's watching the proceedings live on TV, which is exactly what I did
No, that's entirely inappropriate.
She literally said,
you don't need extra language to know that that's wrong. So
I think she knew better.
Yeah. There's a reason why she stepped outside.
Correct.
Not to watch TV about the proceedings.
Correct.
Ms. Donovan, with respect to Ms. Unruh, do you find that she has a privilege?
I do not, Your Honor.
Hey,
I spoke
Jay.
to her. I explained to her what the ramification for what the Commonwealth would have to prove against her, what she possibly would be charged with, based on what she has told me that she does not have a Fifth Amendment privilege at this time.
So then she's prepared to testify in this case. We still have the issue of whether she crossed the line in terms of sequestration. I understand.
The only thing I'd say in that regard, and again, Ms. Unruh was not one of the Commonwealth witnesses today.
No, I know.
It would be that, there was a statement that was made, and I forget what the word was that used. It wasn't sequestration.
Motion to exclude.
Right. And I took that to be a sequestration order, of course, but I'm an attorney and she's not. And I think that, she may not have understood the full ramification of what sequestration may have meant. But, he did say during that motion that he didn't want them to hear the testimony. And I don't know that she did. It may be something.
Let's bring her in and inquire of her whether she was in fact watching TV throughout these proceedings.
May I speak with Unruh privately before we bring him?
Go ahead.
This is the first I've heard of this.
Go talk to her.
Can I speak to her privately? Lie. Get on there and lie. If you want these millions of dollars you're trying to get from Kevin Spacey, lie. That's what he's going to tell her to do. I mean, maybe not, but she's not up next, I don't think. I think the dad's up next. We're going to cover the dad, and then we're going to end it today. We're just having a nice, short, sweet, exciting, entertaining day. You have to excuse my hat today. That's the only hat I had, and I was having a bad hair day. Even though I cut all my hair off, I was kind of having a bad hair day. But yeah, let's get back to it.
And Ms. Donovan, you want to talk to her?
Hey guys, sorry to interrupt the video, but remember, hit that like button down below. It really helps the channel to grow bigger and better and more diverse. Not that weird, creepy kind of government diverse. I'll Samsplain it for you if you want. You want to hear some Samsplaining? Just like the video down below.
Or what you testified to, anyone else connected to the case. talk to counsel, but you could not talk to other prospective witnesses. You understand, sir? Thank you. You may step outside.
Okay.
Folks, 5 minutes. Hopefully that's enough time. We'll come back and then we'll.
Court, all rise, please.
The right, should anything come up, to be allowed to consult with her during testimony.
You can, although we're going to be in the same situation where we get on the road and all of a sudden the privilege is asserted.
That's right.
Toward the end and everything gets stricken, which.
Your Honor, to the extent if it goes on the road that it's already been down, I would say there is nothing.
Sure.
With regard to the assertion that was made before the recess, and I is watching it, any phone, so that doesn't change.
All right, so she's going to say. The other issue may be that there was a piece of paper in the file that I thought indicated that she admitted to deleting items from the phone, which in and of itself may create Fifth Amendment issues. Not saying that it does,
right.
but there is that piece of paper that's there. So she's going to be asked about it. Go ahead.
Yes, I did speak to her about that, and I
I'm
believe
going to fast forward a little bit.
something also came up.
Engage in this activity in advance of. Tell me what works for you, sir.
Well, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate that. One thing I would ask counsel to consider, because I know she's coming very late to the game, and I get that. I empathize with that. I would not necessarily want to be in her shoes right now. I think it's important to understand, and she may want to readdress this issue with Ms. Unruh. We are not discussing simply the deletion of text messages from that night, which we know somebody has deleted them. Where that evidence goes, I don't know. She's certainly going to be asked about that. The second tranche of evidence is the group text messages. We know that those were scrubbed from the phone somehow and didn't even end up in the forensic data report, the extraction report. But there's a third level, which Ms. Unruh may think is innocuous and counsel may not have considered, which is Will Little is the central witness in this entire case. His credibility is at the forefront of this entire case and the prosecution's case. What she's admitted deleting is impeachment material about him, his credibility, his veracity, his ability to remember what he's got on the phone. Otherwise, that she calls, and she's the only one in this room. Well, she's not in the room now, I hope. She's the only one among us who knows what those, quote, frat boy activities are. Trooper Donovan certainly didn't. But if she's gone through and scrubbed that phone to make him look like some sort of choir boy, that is, according to the general law under Massachusetts, that is altering, destroying, mutilating, or concealing a document or a record with the intent to impair that record's integrity.
Trooper Donovan's in my last video, so if you guys want to go check that out, I will leave a link in the description to go check out the last video with Trooper Donovan. It's pretty good.
Period. Full stop. There is no way that if she's already admitted, which she has, that she has compromised the integrity of that phone before giving it over to the police, even though she may deny that it dealt with text messages or group texts, she certainly admitted that she's scrubbed the phone and sanitized the phone in terms of her son's overall credibility. What? And that's not fair for us. And I think that should be taken very seriously in terms of a prosecution. She could be prosecuted for that in and of itself. So I want to make sure that counsel's aware that it's not just her denial of the texts. It's the fact that she admits to having scrubbed the phone to make him look other than he actually was.
And that may be your characterization. I mean, that certainly she did delete items. It, I guess, remains to be seen when she takes a stand. So, Mr. Donovan, you tell me. Do you want to talk to her? Do you want to just go forward? And the other question is, Mr. Jackson, do you want to continue with the hearing today?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Yeah, we want to get to the guy.
Do you have a thought?
That's the question I would have for the court, for Mr. Jackson, and for the Commonwealth would be.
The phone.
We're just going to fast forward this.
The phone occurred much prior to that.
Sorry, guys.
They're
just hashing out.
Any indication or allegation that he deleted anything? I mean, he's simply the one who may have received the phone.
Yeah, this is the good stuff.
All right, so I think we can probably accomplish that while you're talking to Ms.
You tell me. When was 2000?
Here we go.
Father deleted anything. I'm sorry. I misspoke.
It's fine. So we don't have issues there.
Right.
You do want to put him on just to see whether he got the phone back.
It'll be short.
All right. So I think we can probably accomplish that while you're talking to Ms. Unruh, if that works. Scarbedian, you're welcome to sit and observe. It doesn't sound like that, we're going to be broaching Fifth Amendment issues with respect to Mr. Little's testimony. So let's bring him in, and if an issue.
Okay, so here comes the pops. Also, I just want to let you guys know right now what's going on in the real world. This is the history world. In the real world, Karen Reed's investigator Michael Proctor's police termination appeal is happening right now. I've been watching that a little bit. I can't believe this fool's trying to get his job back. It's insane to me. insane to me. And we did the juxtaposition. We juxtaposed the two testimonies of what a trooper should sound like in this trial and what a trooper did sound like in the Karen Reed trial. This fool's trying to get his job back. It doesn't matter. He could get it back today. It won't be for long, because we all know when Higgy Bear gets indicted, they're all going down. They're all going down, not just Higgy Bear. McCabe, Albert, the McAlberts to get together. Proctor, hopefully Justice Canoni, Aunt Bev. All right, let's watch this. This should be good.
Presents itself during this examination, we'll stop.
The testimony given the cause now and here is.
All right, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Little, thank you for joining us this afternoon. I appreciate it. I have a few questions for you concerning one of your son's phones. Specifically, when I refer to his phone, I'm talking about the phone that was in his possession on July 7th and 8th of 2016. So we're talking the same language. You understand?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
How many years ago?
Well, you tell me. When was July of 2016?
Okay. Go ahead. What's your question?
It was I'm sorry, what was that?
What's your question?
Mr. Little, I'll ask the questions. You answer the question. Clear about our roles, okay?
I understand.
Gents, he was inquiring as to what the question was, Mr. Jackson. I think you both kind of had overlapping comments there, but go ahead, sir.
To answer your question, sir, it was 3 years ago today, July 8th, 2016, the phone that was in your son's possession. That's what I'm referring to when I ask you about the phone. Yes? You understand?
That's what you say? Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
At any point, did you ask your son to
He's a
look at his
bitch.
phone? That phone.
He looks at his phone every day. What kind of question is that? What do you mean?
Sir, hang on a second. Now, back to the point that Mr. Jackson made. Listen to the question and answer just listen to the question and answer just the question that's asked, sir. You don't need to go beyond that. If there's a further question, Mr. Jackson will ask it or Mr. Glennie will ask it, all right? So just focus on the question, sir, and we'll move through this examination more quickly. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. At any point, did you ask to
Love
look
this
at,
judge,
for
man.
you to look at your son's phone?
No.
So between July of 2016 and when this incident was reported to the police 15 months later, October of 2017, did you ever see his phone or the contents of his phone?
I did see his phone, yes.
Did you ever look into the contents of the phone?
I did not look into the contents of the phone.
You never looked at any text messages or group chats?
It said, help me.
Okay, so you did look at his phone.
He showed me the text that said, help me.
Okay.
Does that help you? Because I think there's a clear text there that...
Sure. I appreciate that.
This is great. This is great because if you watch the second part of my part 2, Alan Jackson already proves that there's been deleted messages from the phone. And what was prior to the help me, it was really basically, he was asking me, help me, what should I do? Should I take a picture? Should I do this? It wasn't a distress call. And I think it's badass that the dad is just helping further the ruination of this case by saying that that's what the text said, because it's taken out of context. So that's just badass. Awesome.
Going way too far.
Listen, I'll decide that. You answer the question, sir. Go ahead.
Thank you. If you don't understand my question, just ask me and I'll repeat it. Okay?
I think you've had way too many questions that have gone way
Sir,
too
listen
far.
to me. You keep this up, I'm going to hold you in contempt. This is a criminal proceeding, and you will cooperate, or as I say, you'll be held in contempt.
I understand.
I appreciate that. Go ahead.
Thank
You do
What were the
understand.
circumstances in which
Go to
you
jail,
looked at
buddy.
his text messages?
He showed me the text.
When was that?
I can't tell you an exact date. I don't recall the exact date.
Can you give me an idea of the month or even the time of year?
It was the week when it happened.
Okay. And
Do you want to let everyone know what that was that happened?
who was there when you looked at his text
I
messages?
asked you a question.
Listen, are you not hearing me, sir?
I am. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. My son,
Listen to me. This is not about that at this moment. It's about what you know.
but has turned into that.
You listen, you're real close.
I'm sorry.
May I, Your Honor?
Yes.
Thank you. Let's try this again, Mr. Little. Approximately, if you don't know the day, approximately when was it that you looked at his phone?
I don't know.
Do you believe, as you testified just a couple seconds ago, that it was the week of the alleged incident?
Yes.
Who was there when you looked at that phone?
My son and my wife.
Did she look at the phone as well?
She did.
So the two of you as parents, Will Little's parents, scrolled through the text messages he had on his phone, correct?
No, we did not scroll through his text messages. We looked
What
at
did
the
you look at?
messages that he showed us.
Just the messages that he showed you? Did you have any concern, Mr. Little, with the contents of any of those text messages?
I've already told you the concern I had. Yes.
You mentioned the help me text message, correct?
Yes.
Did you see other text messages on the phone?
No.
The only text that you saw on the screen on his phone was help me that he showed you?
I saw other texts, but the one that stood out was the one that said help me. As a father, that stood out.
Did you at any point suggest to your son that he get rid of certain text messages?
Absolutely not.
Did you have a conversation with your wife at any point between then and now
No.
about, well, let me finish my question.
I know what your question is. Go ahead.
Well, you don't know what my question is.
Sorry,
sir.
go ahead.
At any point between then and now, did you have any conversation with your wife, Heather Unruh, about the contents of those messages?
What is your question?
At any point between July of 2016 and today, have you had any conversations with your wife about the contents of those text messages?
Isn't there a spousal privilege?
Sir,
I would have to agree.
hang on.
What is your question?
Sure, hang on. Do you have anything to say about that, Lenny, in terms of a spousal privilege? Normally, if there's somebody else in the room, then that privilege would not apply. And I think he indicated that he was doing it with his son. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
I was going to say there's also a crime fraud issue if the conversation
Well-
leaving text messages. And that's what I'm trying to get at.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Do you have the question in mind or do you want me to repeat it?
What's your question?
At any point, did you and your wife, Heather Unruh, discuss the contents of those text messages? Yes or no?
Well, I would object to that unless somebody else was present. He's not asking like now when William was there. He's asking at any time.
I'll rephrase the question or follow on with another question. Who was in the room? Was there ever a time that you two discussed it, you and your wife discussed it with Will, your son, in the room as well?
I already answered that phone together.
Anytime after you looked at the phone that first, did you and Heather and Will discuss the context? I looked at the phone, Mr. Will, but discuss what was on the phone. There's this text and that text and a group text and a chat and a video.
What should we delete? What he's getting at is like, did they have a conversation and did they discuss we should delete this because it makes the help me look more better? I know that's not a proper sentence, but that's what he's getting at. And this fool's going to lie. It doesn't matter. He wants to help his son, but he's not helping his son. He's actually hurting his son right now.
No.
We're discussing the issue, not the phone. What we're talking about here is, are you talking about looking at what's in the phone, or are you talking about what's happening in the real world of what's happened here? Because we've been talking about what happened.
After you looked at the phone, what I'm asking...
The phone was not the issue.
Let me finish. Respectfully, you don't get to decide what the issue is, sir. The court decides that, okay? See if you can answer my question. If you don't understand it, tell me and I'll repeat it.
Repeat it. I don't understand your question.
At any point after you looked at the text messages with your wife and your son, did the three of you discuss the contents of those messages?
We probably could have, yes. We get back to the help me. There was what we thought was a crime here.
As a matter of fact, the topic, as you put it, came up multiple times before that phone was ever even turned over to the police.
The topic of what? What is your question?
The contents of that phone, the fact that there were text messages from that night. That was discussed among you, your wife, and Mr.
I think
Little.
it's quite obvious. Yes, there were texts from that night.
That wasn't my question. See if you can answer my question. Did you discuss with your wife? I know there were text messages, Mr. Little. That wasn't my question. Did you discuss those text messages?
Yes.
Did you ever, or your wife ever, express concern to Mr. Little, your son, about what those text messages contained?
No.
Did you ever tell your son that you thought some of the text messages needed to be deleted?
No.
Before he turned it over to the police?
No.
Did you know that your son was going to turn over a certain text messages?
God, I'm good, man. God, I'm good. I've never seen this before, but I'm right on par with what Attorney Alan Jackson is getting at.
From that night to the police?
When is the question? What
At
are you
any
asking?
point. At any point. Did you know before it happened, at any point before it happened, that your son was intending to turn over screenshots from his phone to the police?
I'm not even sure if I understand that question, Judge.
I appreciate that, sir.
I'll try to
Jackson,
rephrase
can
it.
you, would you? Thank you.
Did you know, were you aware, Mr. Little, at any point that your son was intending to supply the police with screenshots of those conversations?
If I can recall this properly, I believe the police asked us to do that.
Okay, so that still doesn't answer my question. At what point did you become aware that your son was going to provide screenshots?
I can't recall.
Did you look at the screenshots before they were provided?
can't recall. I don't think so.
Did the screenshots mirror the actual texts that you saw on the phone?
I have no idea. I didn't look at them that closely.
How about your wife? Did she look at the phone more closely than you did?
You guys going to have me answer questions for my wife?
Sure, it's what you observed. So if you observed
What
her
you saw her
studying
do-
the phone, then you can answer that yes
What
or
is
no.
your question?
Did your wife, in your presence, did you ever observe her looking
No.
in more detail than you did?
No.
Okay. Did you ever see her looking at the phone?
Liar.
I can't recall. I have no idea.
Who turned that phone over to the police?
Will did.
I'm sorry?
My son did. Will.
Were you there?
I don't recall if I was there at the time. I don't know.
But you specifically recall that it was Will Little, your son, that...
It's his phone. They asked him to turn over the
Sir,
phone.
I'm going to ask you one more time. Please wait until the end of my question before you interrupt. Okay, that's the only way this can
You just don't know how to ask questions.
Sure.
I'm working on that.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
Hey, listen. You want to take a break?
No, I'm fine.
You need to compose yourself
Yeah.
because you continue to go beyond the limits of the question.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're ready?
Yeah, we're ready. Go ahead.
Is it your testimony that it was your son who physically turned the phone over to the police when it was turned over?
Yes.
Were you there when he did that?
No.
When was that?
I don't know.
Can you give me a month or a year?
When the police started investigating and they asked for the phone, that's when we did.
So you believe it was right around the time that you first reported the incident to the Nantucket Police, Officer Kelly?
I don't know. It's when they asked for it.
But you have no idea in your head when it
No.
was. Who got the phone back from the police?
We don't know. We don't think we have the phone.
Do you remember being home on December 18th, 2017 with Kyla and your son?
It's because they're worried about them extracting deleted texts. So now they're like, oh, yeah, we don't know. We don't have the phone. No, we don't know. Liars. Total liars, man.
Wake up, Sam. One step forward from where he's been.
Well,
I not recall that day being home.
do you remember where you were?
Probably at work.
Do you remember being contacted by Trooper Donovan from the state police about that phone?
Not personally, no.
Do you remember Trooper Donovan calling you and making an appointment to return the phone to you?
No, he didn't make an appointment to return the phone. He made an appointment to talk to my daughter.
When he spoke to your daughter on that same occasion, were you there?
I believe I was.
Was that at home?
I believe so.
Do you remember him handing you the phone on that same date?
I do not.
Oh, sorry, I missed that response.
I do not.
Do you remember Will being home at the time that your daughter was interviewed?
I do not.
Do you remember Trooper Donovan handing Will the phone in your presence on that date?
I do not.
Did you ever receive that phone in any way, shape, form, or fashion back from the state police?
I don't recall.
If you had received that phone back from the state police, do you think that's something that you likely would have remembered?
Objection.
Oh, he's answered.
Yes.
So is it your testimony that in point of fact, you did not receive the phone back from the state police?
That's what I've said.
And I'm not trying to
be
I'm not trying to be coy. As you sit here today, sir, you have never received that phone back.
I don't recall getting the phone back.
If you had gotten that phone back, what do you think you would have done with it?
Objection.
I'll sustain it. I mean, it's
All right, I'll ask you a different question, Judge. You knew, Mr. Little, that relevant information to this case was contained on that phone, did you not? Including text messages and chats and things that we've been discussing, correct?
I do.
You also knew that if, in fact, this case were to proceed to trial, that phone would likely be used or be necessary in that trial, correct?
We did.
Mr. Little, did you have anything to do with getting rid of that phone?
No.
Rape. What a bunch of fucking bullshit.
In your presence or to your knowledge, did your wife, Heather Unruh, have anything to do with getting rid of that phone?
No.
To your knowledge, did Will Little have anything to do with getting rid of that phone?
No.
As you sit here today, can you tell me where is the phone?
No.
In whose possession did you last, you just personally, not what you've heard from others, but in whose possession did you last see it?
I saw it with my son.
And after you saw that phone in your son's possession, you've never seen it again?
And sir, just so we're clear, do you remember the date when you last saw it with your son?
I do not.
Okay.
May I have just a moment, Your Honor? I just need a quick second. That's all I have at this time. Thank you.
Lenny?
Sir, did you ever have the passwords to your son's phone?
No.
And the phone was the one that your son used, but it was under your wife's name and her account. Is that right?
I believe that's correct.
And you testified earlier that your son, William, turned the phone over to the state police. Is that right?
That's as far as I know. Yes, that's correct.
What do you base?
Just my best guess on the police asked for him to give the phone to them, and he gave them the phone.
Yeah.
I just ask if you can kind of look at this and just tell me, have you seen that before at any time?
I don't know that I have.
Okay. Have you had a chance to look at it?
I'm looking at it right now. Okay.
Just tell me when you're done.
Okay.
It's a form from the state police, right, indicating that Heather Unruh turned the phone over to Trooper Donovan, isn't it?
That's what it shows. Okay.
And you were asked if the last time you saw the phone, and you indicated that William had the phone when you saw it. Is that right?
That's correct.
Now, would that have been before or after he had gone to college?
I don't know.
And so is it fair to say that you never deleted anything from him?
That's correct.
And no one to your knowledge, where you were present, deleted anything from that phone, did they?
No.
Now, do you remember a time, and I think you mentioned it, where your daughter was going to be interviewed? Is that right?
That's correct.
And do you remember who it was that came to do that interview?
Trooper Donovan.
Wasn't he with another trooper?
I believe so.
Taller, burly guy, bald?
I don't remember. I don't recall the looks.
But you remember there were two troopers, right?
I believe so.
And your daughter was interviewed, wasn't she?
What's the question? I'm sorry.
Was your daughter interviewed when those troopers were there?
I believe so.
Was William there, if you remember?
I don't remember that, no.
And just so we're clear, you're saying you don't remember receiving the phone back. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
You're not saying you never got the phone back. You're saying you don't remember getting the phone back, right?
That's correct.
Thank you. That's all.
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may step down. Are we all set with Ms. Unruh?
So there you have it. That was pretty exciting. I'm a law nerd, and if you guys are law nerds like me, then you've found the right place to be, because we're going to continue to showcase these legal trials. Some dockets. I do have a whole nother channel called Legal Livewire TV, where I do dockets and little mini documentaries on cases. I am going to start doing like 20-minute documentaries that I'm going to do compilations of true crime stories. Those are going to start this month. Super excited about that. I'll be leaving links to those in my After the Bar special. Also, starting next week, I will be doing the Morning Mayhem show is back. It's coming back. I had a hiatus this summer. I had my daughter all summer during the day, so I wasn't able to quite do the show. I tried to get it done. It was just impossible to do. So those of my viewers that have watched the show in the past, we have a pretty strong community on the Morning Mayhem show. It's usually around between 9 and 10 o'clock, Monday through Friday. Sometimes we'll do a Saturday show where we do like a recovery topic, like, is addiction a choice or disease, things like that. They're pretty exciting shows, but thank you for coming out today. I am Sam. This is After the Bars. I will see you guys soon. Mahalo. You want to say hi? Come on. Come say hi. Here she is. All right, say goodbye. Bye.
Today's a gift we all can feel. The wounds are raw, but time will heal. Be thankful now for where you stand, and hold the world in grateful hands. After the bars, we're rising strong, facing the world where we belong. Recovery burns a steady flame. Grateful hearts call out your name.